These are 32 multiple choice questions regarding the listing and brokerage section of your licensing exam. I will be narrating these questions for our viewers only listening to audio. The principal-agent relationship is governed by the A. Statute of Frauds, B. Common law of agency and statutory law, C. Regulation Z, or D. Uniform Vendor and Purchaser Risk Act. B. Common law of agency and statutory law. Listing contracts are owned by A. the firm, B. the salesperson who brought in the listing to the office, C. the sales manager, or D. the multiple listing service. A. the firm. A facilitator is an agent of A. the seller, B. the buyer, C. neither, or D. both the buyer and seller. C. neither. A single agency firm represents A. always the seller, B. always the buyer, C. both buyer and seller, or D. never both in the same transaction. D. never both in the same transaction. A seller wishes to list a home that is significantly overpriced. If the broker accepts the listing at that price, then A. he should encourage lower offers, B. he should submit only those offers equaling or exceeding the asking price, C. he should option the property for himself, or D. he must submit all written offers to the seller. D. he must submit all written offers to the seller. A broker's commission is A. set by the State Real Estate Commission, B. established by agreeing with other brokers to charge a certain fee, C. set by negotiation between the parties to the listing contract, or D. based on long-standing custom. C. set by negotiation between the parties to the listing contract. On Tuesday morning, September the 6th, 2013, Miss Jada, a real estate broker, listed the property of Mr. Kamikona. The term was to be for 90 days. Mr. Kamikona died on October 29, 2013, of complications resulting from influenza. The listing, A, is taken over by the new broker, B, is terminated, C, is enforceable, or D, is extended. B, is terminated. Miss Higgins wants her house sold, but refuses to list with any one brokerage company. She agrees to pay a commission to the company that sells her property and has the right to sell her property herself and not pay commission to anyone. What kind of listing contract does she have? A. Exclusive agency, B. Open listing, C. Exclusive right to sell, or D. Multiple listing. B. Open listing. A real estate salesperson knows that the property he has listed has a malfunctioning air conditioning system and termites. He should A. Tell all interested prospects, B. Keep the knowledge a secret, C. Ask other real estate people to share in the cost of repair, or D. Not accept the listing until the problems have been corrected. A. Tell all interested prospects. A real estate broker agrees to list Mr. Gibbs's home and promises him $45,000. No commission amount is specified in the contract. That broker has A. Net listing, B. Legal contract, C. Enforceable agreement, or D, open listing? A, net listing. The word fiduciary refers to which of the following? A person employed to provide security. B, a person who holds a position of trust to another. C, a property manager to a tenant. Or D, a broker to a customer. B, a person who holds a position of trust to another. Property managers' relationship to their clients is that of a special agent, B, ostensible agent, C, universal agent, or D, general agent. D, general agent. The listing contract that employs only one firm by the seller, yet the seller may find his or her own buyer and not have to pay a commission to the firm, is an A, open listing, B, exclusive right to sell listing, C, opportunity listing, or D, exclusive agency listing. D, exclusive agency listing. A property management budget will not show which of the following: A, property taxes, B, management fees, C, ceiling replacement, or D, insurance premiums. C, ceiling replacement. How is a property manager usually compensated? A percentage of gross rents collected, B, a percentage of gross rent, C, a fee set by state regulatory agencies, or D, all of the property managers in a community agree to a certain fee. A percentage of gross rents collected. A listing broker should tell a buyer all of the following except: A, the seller will take less, B, the house has termite damage, C, there is a probable zoning problem, or D, the house has structural damage. A, the seller will take less. A broker will not have to prove in a claim for a commission he or she was the procuring cause of the sale in which of the following contractual relationships with his or her principal: A, open listing contract, B, exclusive agency contract, C, exclusive right to sell listing contract, or D, all of the above. C, exclusive right to sell listing contract. Laws enacted by the federal government to prohibit price fixing and restrictive business practices are known as A, statute of frauds, B, antitrust laws, C, RESPA, or D, Regulation Z. B, antitrust laws. A seller wants a 30% profit over what he paid. He paid $42,000. The broker is charging a 6% commission, and the seller's other closing costs are $800. His selling price must be at least A, $58,708, B, $55,500, C, $58,886, or D, $58,937. D, $58,937. A broker may share a real estate commission with which of the following? A salesperson employed by a competing firm, B, an unlicensed person, C, another broker, or D, the buyer. C, another broker. Listings may be terminated by each of the following except A. Bankruptcy of either party, B. Death of the salesman, C. Destruction of the property, D. Foreclosure of the property. B. Death of the salesman. A broker has received 5 offers from buyers on the same parcel of property at the same time. Which of the following is most correct? A. The broker must submit them in the order they were received. B. The broker may reject some of the offers as being too low. C. The broker must submit all the offers in no particular order. Or D. The broker may hold all the offers for 5 more days to see if additional offers are received. C. The broker must submit all the offers in no particular order. An offer to purchase has been revoked by the offeror. Which of the following is true? A. His earnest money deposit is kept by the seller. B. His earnest money deposit is kept by the broker. C. His deposit is refunded to him. Or D. The broker will sue him for the commission. C. His deposit is refunded to him. Which of the following statements is usually true concerning a broker and a salesperson relationship? A. The broker is an employer and a salesperson is an employee. B. The broker pays the automobile expenses incurred by the salesperson. C. The salesperson is an independent contractor. Or D. The salesperson is paid a salary. C. The salesperson is an independent contractor. Seller G. Callen wishes to pay a bonus to salesperson Sam Hanna. A. Sam Hanna may accept the bonus. B. Sam Hanna may accept compensation from no one other than his broker. C. G. Callen may not pay a bonus. Or D. The broker and Sam must split it 50-50. B. Sam Hanna may accept compensation from no one other than his broker. A multiple listing is least described as which of the following? A. A private member only organization. B. Usually an exclusive right to sell listing given to one broker who shares the information with other members of the multiple listing exchange. C. An offer of cooperation to all the other brokers belonging to the exchange. Or D. The listing of several properties by the same owner at the same time. D. The listing of several properties by the same owner at the same time. A salesperson is to receive 25% of the commission for listing a property and 35% of the commission for selling a property. If Nikita both lists and sells a property for $145,000, how much will she earn if the commission charged by the broker is 7%? A. $5,583, B. $3,553, C. $2,538, or D. $6,090. D. $6,090. A purchase price is shown on a closing statement as A. Debt to the buyer and debt to the seller. B. Debt to the buyer and credit to the seller. C. Credit to the buyer and debt to the seller. Or D. Credit to the buyer and credit to the seller. B. Debt to the buyer and credit to the seller. If a real estate closing is being held on September 15th and the taxes for the year have not been paid yet, the taxes will be shown on the closing statement as A. Debt to the buyer and credit to the seller. B. Credit to the buyer and debt to the seller. C. Debt to the seller only. Or D. Debt to the buyer only. B. Credit to the buyer and debt to the seller. A seller is told that his share of closing costs is to be $1,200 and his loan balance is $62,000, and the broker is charging an 8% commission. How much will the sales price have to be to pay these expenses and net the seller $20,000? A. $90,000, B. $89,856, C. $90,435, or D. $82,000. C. $90,435. A listing broker is A. Special agent, B. General agent, C. Universal agent, or D. Implied agent. A. Special agent. A broker abandons a listing. Most likely, the seller will do which of the following? A. Sue the broker for damages. B. Cancel the listing and hire another firm. C. File an injunction against the broker. Or D. Have the broker's license revoked. B. Cancel the listing and hire another firm. That's all the multiple choice questions on listing and brokerage. Be sure and check out our other videos as you continue studying for your licensing exam.